What's up, guys? It is 12 a.m. and I need to post this today. Reason for that is tomorrow and day after tomorrow, which is November, technically 29th and 30th, I will be in Portland so I can buy a bunch of stuff tax-free. Because of that, I need to post this video before December 1st, which is the official start to the 2025 grind. So I'm posting this video today and pre-recording it. That being said, today we'll be covering the past, which will be a much shorter video than usual because I mainly covered the repeatable optimized part in the futures part of this video. So the past, I'm just going to show you my reflection of the year, some good aspects, the bad aspects. I'll elaborate on the new goals for a little bit, but also I'm going to give you a clear directive about the growth of this channel and what the 2025 grind will look like. That being said, this is the PFP method explained, past edition. So as you can see on my screen right now, I gave the step-by-step lists in the first video of this series. Hopefully you've been tracking them along and completing these, but now I'm on the past. I completed explaining all the goals I'll be achieving. This is just how my previous year has gone and maybe some background other than my official lore video. So this was the paragraph I wrote, which was the first step. Reflect on the year, one paragraph. I wrote this paragraph. Overall, the year has been great. I'm going to basically explain this paragraph, but I'm not going to read it verbatim. But overall, my year has been a pretty great year. It was pretty rough when I initially started this year because I did have to go to a new university. A lecture setting was pretty new. From classrooms to lecture, it's a huge change. I was in a relationship, broke up. I lost many friends throughout the time, but I made new friends and I learned how to focus on myself, which was a pretty big thing for me at the time. I usually just sat around, relaxed, hung out with friends. I wasn't really the grind sort of person, but with everything going on, I started to focus on myself. There were a lot of slips along the way. On January, the first week, I was so into trading. I had made like 3K into like 12K off options, and I just lost 10K within the first week at the start of the year. Everyone was calling it a bull run, and I just got squeezed at the start of the year. But I consistently built things up. I stuck with my part-time job as a medical assistant. I read a lot of trading books and got back into things in October where I made some money, reached again to 12K, but lost significantly less this time. Reached around 5K, got into futures, started trading ICT concepts. But yeah, I consistently build things up. Part-time jobs as a TA, as a tutor. I was a personal tutor at one point, a premium personal tutor. I maintained a high GPA overall, 3.999, which sounds really crazy, but I'm really salty about that 3.9 I got on Bio 3. But other than that, everything is for 4.0s. I hope for a 4.0, but that 3.9 was unfortunately there. I love the idea of figuring out my interests in trading and also realized that I did have a bunch of interests that didn't pan out so well. Previous to this, I was really good at cello. I played the cello consistently, but I haven't really played that much this year. I also was really interested in neuro, trying to do research into that, and my programming expertise, so to say, didn't pan out that well, so my research into that didn't yield too much, led to a couple of wasted months. There were also many mistakes along the way, but I got up, achieving more, and now at the end of the year, I'm sort of ready to take that next step forward into consistent success. So that was the paragraph I wrote. That's roughly what happened this past year. So the next step was to write some of the good aspects. So I'll dive a bit deeply into that. Being said, there are quite a few things that happened good. The first thing was I started trading with a strategy. After that 10K loss, I realized that my strategy of tracking Bitcoin miners when Bitcoin was rising was really stupid actually. It's not a real strategy. But I started out with a lot of retail strategies as ICT calls them, but eventually I went to the ICT. This meant that I stopped using luck and winning by gambles. And I have a way more consistent business plan now. I'm currently at a 60-ish% win rate, but I hope to increase that to 70 as time passes. In terms of GPA, I do have a really good GPA. A lot of people would be like, well, you have a really good GPA. Why are you complaining you don't have a 4.0 and all that stuff? For me, a 4.0 is important because I'm aiming for the top 3 med schools, but still 3.999 is really good, and it's more than enough to reach where I want to reach. Activities wise, I have a really good activity list. If you're wondering what activities I do, if you're just getting into this video, highly suggest watching the past and the future ones. those two segments of the video, because those are way more important than this video. This video is more relaxed towards saying, this is my overall reflection, how things are going. In terms of shadowing, I have approximately 45 hours. I maxed out my hours in cardiology, which is about 30. I got about 15 in urology. I want to increase that to maybe 30-ish as well. In terms of clinical, I have a set plan to reach 2.5K. I'm already at 1.2K with all of my full-time hours as a medical assistant in cardiology. I also started going to the gym this year. The first time I started going to the gym consistently was last October. Since then, I have achieved a lot. I started out when I could do 0 pull-ups, and I needed an assist for 60 pounds to do a single pull-up, which was insanely bad considering I had about a 6-minute mile. But my arms were really weak at that time. Now I can do 26 in one go. I use a 10-minute strategy. I do a certain amount of pull-ups every minute for 10 minutes. So I can complete about 70 pull-ups in 10 minutes. Planning wise, I started using a calendar to plan things. I never used a calendar before, and so this was a clear change for me. I also started using textbooks more, but that's a relatively minor thing. So these were the good things that I have achieved this year. Let's move on to the more negative things. The thing that I found really bad was research. I really had high hopes for that neuro project I got into at the start of the year. I eventually quit it because it was just frustrating how I sucked at code. And that fact really hit hard because neuro was something I've been really wanting to get into from the start of like middle school. So very frustrating, and that led to a lot of wasted time. I also had a lot of low productive moments in this year, especially spring quarter. I slacked off so much. Literally, if you were to ask me what I achieved other than my classes, and even in my classes, that was the first time I got a 3.9, so the first time I didn't get a 4.0 in college, which I didn't even have much of a track record, only 2 quarters before that, but still, it was just a really bad quarter. I didn't really do much. And from the start of this year, I did get an overall burnt out feeling. I didn't have much motivation for things past winter quarter. That was because I took 4 STEM classes. I took physics, bio, chem, and calc all at the same time, which was like 22 credits, but there were like labs with all of these. So it was a really rough schedule for me. And so because of that, it's been kind of rough past that. But with all of that, I was able to rationalize some of my goals, and I eventually came to the conclusion that, are they reasonable? Yes, but it's going to be a really difficult journey. And so I recently shared my YouTube channel with one of my teachers, and they gave me this brilliant way on how to put this. This whole entire project is about reflecting on my progress, and I want to give you guys the window to that growth. So I recognize that there will be some good days and some bad days, but I'm going to try my hardest to make sure that there's progress towards the goals. And I keep using the term goals here. Definitely watch the futures video. I explain you exactly what I'm working on, but the overall arch I'm going for is top 3 med schools, and it's definitely going to be a journey. So there are going to be some good days, there are going to be some bad, but I'm going to try to make it have some progress. Hopefully, I want this all to click with you. If you're in a better position than me, then I want you to focus on your growth. But if you're in a worse position than me, I want you to get up and start doing things. Anyways, with that all being said, I do plan on growing this channel. So here is the overall plan. This is going to be probably the final video that I have before the 2025 grind, mainly because I'm going to be busy for tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Tomorrow being when I wake up tomorrow and day after tomorrow. But here's some numbers. At 1,000 subscribers, I'll probably be starting to post some bi-weekly reflections videos. At 2.5K, I'll move to TikTok, 5K, I'll move to Instagram. And for stuff further than that, I will decide that later. So with all of this all being combined, this was the whole PFP series. I hope you enjoyed it. It should roughly give you a good idea of how to plan things from the present, where you sort of figure out what you're currently doing, to the future where you write the goals, and in the past where you rationalize the goals. Now, I didn't really do a good job on the past one with rationalizing because I already did all these steps before I even came up with these videos in the first place. So all my future goals that I had in that video were rationalized to the very end. And so this video, I didn't really rationalize on anything much. I just did more of a reflection. That being said, you, on the other hand, should be focusing on the rationalizing because your future goals have not been, or if they have been pretty good, then it's fine. But if they're probably not that good as an initial draft. So the past is meant to sort of rationalize them. That being said, completed with this series, I'm looking super forward to the 2025 grind. I want to start doing my goals, but I have to hold myself back for another 2 days, mainly because I'm going to Portland. I'm taking a small little break before things start up. But yeah, if this whole journey resonates with you, subscribe. Uh, let's do this all together. Take care, and see you in 2 days. Or technically one more day because I'm posting this tomorrow. Okay, take care and bye.